Preseason action, all four Cleveland quarterbacks in action. We wouldn't show Snoop Huntley, but we'll show the other three, including that guy. Sorry, Snoop. Joe Flacco starting off for Cleveland. He's the week 1 starter, 3rd and 9. To Dylan Sampson, spins out of a tackle, picks up the first. All right, Browns inside the red zone. Couple plays later, 2nd and 11. Flacco. This is what he does. Straight up dime to Harold Fannin Jr. for a touchdown. 9 for 10 on the night, 71 yards and a tutty. He's going to make way for Dylan Gabriel up next. 2-minute situation before the half. Gabriel to Gage Larvadan. Coolest name in the game at the first down. They're in Rams territory. Next play, Gabriel to Jamari Thrash. First down, no relation to the former Eagle and Commander James Thrash. Later in the drive, Browns 3rd and 7. Gabriel, great ball there to Thrash. Out of bounds to 3. Look at this perfect spot. He's got it going on, Gabriel does. All right, very next play. Gabriel got a little time to Larvadan. Touchdown. 12 for 19, 129 yards and a tutty. Gabriel, pretty nice outing. So he'd make way for Shedeur Sanders. Playing in Cleveland for the first time as a quarterback for the Browns. Fans like, ooh, we're so excited, yay. Late in the 3rd, Sanders. What can he show them? He's under pressure and ball comes out, bobbles around. Browns recover, but they'd have to punt it away. So, early 4th now. 2nd and 12 for Sanders. Pressured again. Avoids a sack. Maybe throw it away. Do something. Don't let him sack you. Loss of 24 on the play. 3 for 6 on the day. 14 yards, sacked 5 times. Post game, check out this question.
I feel like you belong here on this team.
Obviously, I think overall as a player, I feel like I put in the work. I feel like everything I do, I try to do it to my best, and that's all I ask for. So I feel like everybody feels like, they should be on the team, and if you ask anybody on the team, would they feel like they belong, in their own eyes. So I feel like I do, but I'm my own player. I think about myself in a high regard, of course. So it's not my decision.
We welcome in Herm Edwards to break it all down. Okay, so Herm, got a crowded quarterback room over there in Cleveland. You got Joe Flacco as the week 1 starter. Now with the preseason wrapped, how should their quarterback depth chart shake out?
Well, Joe Flacco is the starter. We know that right away. I mean, his experience, they're going to try to get off to a fast start with Joe Flacco. And if you watch him in the preseason, it looks like Joe Flacco. Look, he's played a lot of football. He gets the ball out of his hand very quickly. You can see it right now. He's very accurate. But the thing I worry about with Joe Flacco is this. He can't move anymore. He's 40 years old. That could be a problem. Now, Gabriel, I like him. He's very accurate. The last 2 preseason games he's played in, he's been accurate. He scans the field. He gets rid of the ball very quickly. Shedeur, all of a sudden, has become a quarterback that's trying to make the big play and is hanging on to the ball too long. He took some bad sacks in this game, and all of a sudden, 2 weeks in a row now, he looks like a quarterback that doesn't know where to go with the ball.
Yeah, that was part of the knock on him in Colorado. He tried to do too much and hang on to the ball too long, and he was showing that in the last preseason game.
I think there's a lot of different, when you've been in the league so long, we all know as players, you're getting ready to play that last preseason game, and ultimately, I think it was good to get out there and kind of get your feet wet a little bit, get some rustiness off, get your mind, preparing for a game, going through pregame, all that stuff. I think there's a lot of value in it.
Ethan Kosick walk out with a knee brace. I know how valuable he is to you and to this team. Just how much of a concern is that to see him with a brace?
Yeah, I think anytime you see guys, walking around less than 100%, you're concerned for your main guys. So we'll see how he feels and what's actually happening with him. But he's a big piece of what we have.
Great play. Seems like you really got into a rhythm. I mean, for that first start to kind of go out there and be in. I mean, did Was it?
Yeah, it's important. Anytime you take the field, man, like you want to go out there and perform well. And we didn't do anything crazy today, but like I felt good. We completed the ball, did what we had to do at times. Just didn't try to do anything crazy. Got the ball in a few guys' hands just to get kind of, get them feeling the football too. And so ultimately it was a good day.
Joe, if you don't mind addressing or talking a little bit about the fact that, Shador struggled, maybe did some things that he had done in college in terms of just retreating. Do you recall how difficult it probably was back as a rookie to get thrown into the action at all?
Yeah, dude, I remember. Yeah, big time. I can remember just like yesterday. I mean, that's part of being a rookie. You're going to get thrown into situations that maybe you don't think are ideal. I got thrown into a game against New England with 2 minutes left. I fumbled on the 1 yard line. They scored 2 plays later, and that was John Harbaugh's first preseason game, and he was not happy. I mean, I wasn't happy either, but hey, it's part of the game. It's part of what makes a football player is learning how to deal with those situations and learn from them. So yeah, listen, we've all been there. It's part of the game.
Part of it. Great answer. Harold, how special was it to, for him, seeing him get that first, I know it's only the preseason, but that first catch, that first touchdown, just how has he sort of,
It was cool. As we broke the huddle, Dave and Harold were both in, and I was kind of waiting to see who's going to which spot here. But it was great. I think he's going to be a hell of a player and important piece for us. And, it's good to see him kind of breaking out of his shell a little bit and becoming part of this team. And, to get him a touch there was great.
How do you feel about this offense now that you look out there? You see Isaiah Bond, you've got speed, you've got Dave, Harold, and Jerry. And how do you feel about this offense?
I feel good about these guys, man. They're some talented players, and I think you all know we're pretty talented up front. So, if we can get everybody rolling and feeling good about it, then I think we should be pretty confident heading into week 1.
Joe, what is important for you over these next 2 weeks before Cincinnati?
Just kind of take it one day at a time, just like always. Maybe you talk about Isaiah, he's obviously just gotten in here. Maybe get a little bit of feel for him over the next week, before we really get into the actual game planning part of it for Cincinnati. But yeah, just kind of keeping fresh over the next week, and then just getting your mind right that one last time to kind of go do this thing for the long haul.
How big are this next week or so, because you're able to, you're the starter, and can things sort of accelerate that ramp up process because of things sort of falling into place on the depth chart?
Yeah, I mean, obviously at this point in the year, you want to be able to go out there and get reps and prepare to be the guy. So I mean, yeah, that'll be a little bit different than training camp, I guess, a little bit. But honestly, the last few weeks, I feel like have been pretty good. Been able to kind of get my feet underneath me and start to kind of get in a little bit of a groove. And the next 2 weeks are just about carrying that forward, not doing anything to kind of take a step backwards, just continuing to take that next step for all of us.
All right. Thanks,
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.